Welcome, race fans. We've been talking for a couple minutes here. We didn't realize the feed wasn't showing. Tonight's race, Michigan, 110 laps, stages at 15 and 55. Paul Majifka is joining me in a booth tonight for his debut broadcast with us tonight. I think we missed the grid, but I'm just going to go through it real quick. Grootsmacher, Hinton, Phillips, Dinda, Kuhn, Davis, Sousa, Waltz, Clark, Long, Howell, Holloway, Honeycutt, Geist, Warren, Green, Williams, and Dion. So all that stuff we covered when you guys weren't watching, we'll cover it again here during the broadcast. Right now, these guys are entering turn 3, so we're going to see that pace car duck in pretty quick. And Paul, welcome again.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Like we said before, this is Michigan. It's going to be fast. Everybody loves the trucks here, and look for some good drafting and working together, and hopefully get some clean stuff. We're coming into the restart zone.
Awesome. I'll let you take it away as the green flag comes out.
All right, leaders in the zone. At the beginning of the race, we will go off the green. Look like a clean start. It is worth noting the 48 truck does have a new wheel, first race with it, so that's something to check in on. The force feedback might be a little bit different for him in the field, so keep an eye on that as he goes 3 wide.
Yeah, it's not slowing the danger zone protocol that he runs on. Oh, we got a blinker there a little bit. I believe that's the 8 car of Jason Phillips. We'll keep an eye on that for everyone. It's obviously I'm his dad, same last name. He's been working on that for about 3 or 4 days in the garage, and I just let him go to mount it on his stand. But boy, right now, 8's giving the 48 a pretty good push, but Grootsmacher's kind of holding on to that lead pretty well.
He got a nice jump. And it'll take a couple laps to get us all up to speed and everybody to kind of get into a groove together. And, hopefully we get some good corner entry passes and maybe some good stuff off.
Yeah, now for the first time this season, I believe we do not have a golden ticket winner. So this is, we got a little check up there in front of Ben Kuhn. Not sure who that green car was. Man, I'm watching my blend feed as I'm watching our broadcast feed, and man, look at these guys. They're just, there's 3 wide, 4. There's 4 or 5 different lanes running. I mean, I don't want to say it's complete chaos. It's controlled chaos.
I believe that was Hinton that was involved there. Or one of the Hinton trucks. 45, actually.
Yeah, Tyler Waltz. Some of these guys change their paint so often it's hard to keep track. Oh, got another one checking up beside Jason Phillips.
This is one of those tracks we can run all the way down to the grass on the front stretch if we want to. We'll look to that later, probably in the last lap. You probably see these cars 5 wide coming to the finish line, hopefully. It's a good, exciting finish.
And part of the early broadcast you guys missed.
We have 2 together. It's like 45 and the 23 got together down backstretch there.
Yeah, Waltz and Long. Long was one of the ones checking up a little bit earlier. Might have got a little loose and lost a couple of spots. One of the things you guys missed when we failed to launch our live stream, for those of you watching, if you have a driver, someone you're rooting for, say their name, say their number, who you're rooting on. We'll talk about it in the broadcast. Maybe something unique about them you don't know.
Now we're starting to sort everything out here, and I think we're going to start to log some laps.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything to jinx these guys, but this seems to me like a type of track in these trucks where there's plenty of room. Unless something really odd happens with a car, hopefully we go these first 15 laps without a caution.
It's wide enough where the 3 wide racing that usually makes you tense up a little bit. You know, it doesn't exist that much. And the 48 just pulled the wheel down and took second place there. That was a nice move.
Yeah, unfortunately for the rest of the field, Grootsmacher's got a pretty big lead out here. Yeah, he's got a 1.23 gap on these guys. That's pretty impressive. Like you said, fast jump out of the gates and clean air. He's just kind of doing his own thing.
He hasn't had to worry about anybody side drafting him down the backstretch or racing him hard down into the corner. He's gone.
Yeah, what's impressive, I mean, we talked about this a little bit. It's a pretty good drafting track. The fact that he's doing this all on his own is pretty strong right out of the gate. Yep, a
I do
little wall
keep seeing
scrape there. Yeah.
I do keep seeing my truck coming up on the bottom end of this thing. I'd love to hop in this thing. I love this track.
Yeah, you and me both. I hate short tracks. I hate road courses. Mile and a half, 2 mile tracks are my favorite as well. Man, these guys, obviously stage points matter, right? Because you can get, if you finish first in both stages, that's 20 points. I mean, gosh, that's a big differential on some of the guys who aren't getting stage points. So, these guys are going to battle for every point they can get.
You definitely have to do it. Try to get what you can because you never know how these races are going to end up. A lot of heartbreak happens sometimes. Accumulating those points is so important. We do have two separate packs here. We got one from 1st to 9th, and the other pack is from 10th to 18th place right now, and they're kind of running independently.
Man, and Grootsmacher is not giving up that gap on second place there, which now belongs to Hunter Davis. He has passed Max, and it also looks like Christian Clark is going to make it past Max here if he can carry any momentum, but maybe that outside is going to buy Max a little bit of time. Some pretty good racing right now for second place.
I like the top side here, just being able to carry that momentum, and Max is running the line that I would like to be in. You just can power it off the corner, and he just ripped right around Davis there.
Yeah, one of the questions I had for you is I've noticed sometimes these guys fan out in the corners. Does it help with clean air in the corner, keeping some downforce, or are they just keeping their eyes open, taking a different lane?
Yeah, sometimes you do it. You kind of duck out there to cool things down a little bit if you need to. The the air ducts for oil and the air are on two different sides of the car, so you'll see people ducking left and right depending on what's hot. And just sometimes you got to see what's working. You can end up getting a big run into the corner and just kind of note that for later that it did work way back
Ooh,
when.
99 sideways, 99. Oh, gets tagged, I believe, by the 8 car. Caution is out. That was the 99 got a little loose. Looked like the 8 couldn't check up in time to catch him. So check the replay on the 99 far chase, and you'll see him get sideways. And this will be our stage break. Here we go with the replay. Yeah, so you see him just get a little loose. Yeah. 8 car couldn't check up in time. 40 car was able to dodge him. but this will probably be an extended caution to get through the stage. So we're going to take a quick break and catch you guys on the other side. Welcome back, race fans. You saw that caution we had a spin. We're about ready to go green. Paul, I'm going to let you take it away when these guys go for it.
It's good. We are in the restart zone. And again, the leader, look at that. He just took off. So that's going to be a big advantage tonight for whoever is able to bring the field to green there. They just can dictate how fast we're going to go. And if you can get out of the box quick, you can just run away. Hunter's about 3/10 ahead, just coming out of turn 2 already.
Yeah, now what's interesting is on the restart, the top 3 cars did not pit. They're going to have to pit during this stage, so those 3 chose to stay out. I'm sure the rest of them got some fuel, but everyone's going to have to pit during this stage.
The 32 truck of Geist just had a massive save. It was real similar to what just happened to the 99. It just got tight and snapped loose, and that was nice.
Yeah, Grutzbacher's showing that speed again. He just blew past Hunter, even with that restart. Grutzbacher's showing some speed up there.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have stayed out there. I don't risk versus reward. I don't think it's worth it at this point. You're going to start to see those three just falling through the field, I think.
Yeah. Now the question is, if they took tires, do they try to run this stage 40 laps, or do they get tires when they have to pit for fuel?
If it's under green, I think you might see a couple of rights taken. You might see no tires, or you might see people taking four just so they can catch up if they need to a little bit. Like I said earlier too, this pit lane is real tricky, so I'm thinking we might see some action down there when if we get a green uh, flag stops.
And I'm trying to break out my calculator just to see. 55 minus 28, lap 27, they'll be in the fuel window.
If I know that we have a scheduled caution in a race that I'm in, I try to be one of the first down pit lane if I can, just to kind of set the pace for that. And it's kind of psychological game sometimes that you can try to play.
Yeah, in last night's race, I pit a little early just out of frustration on my part, and everyone else followed suit quickly thereafter. So far, the fastest lap of the race is Ben Kuhn at a 39.435, currently in second place. So he's showed some speed here as well. Man, this makes me nervous. I can see 5 cars all within a stone's throw of each other there.
This is one of those tracks where it feels comfortable 3 wide. It's not a real big deal as long as you can trust the guy to your left and your right if you're stuck in the middle, and it's comfortable, I think.
Oh, we got one spinning in the infield. Oh, single car, single car.
Oh, he's still going. That was at 14 of Williams.
Yeah. Single car, no caution. We are all good.
I heard Howell on the radio, so I'm going to take it back and see what's going on there.
Yeah, and Dylan Grussbacher, 38 machine, still holding a 2/10 lead over second place Ben Kuhn, who's 5/10 ahead of Max Stinda. Oh, we got one blinking back there. Not sure who that was.
And I went back and reviewed. That was the 11 truck getting into the 14 and helping them change
little
lanes.
assist. All right, YouTubers, I know there's a couple of you watching. Let us know who you're rooting for, and hopefully it's not all you drivers watching the feed. Ben Kuhn and that 40 machine is actually doing a really good job of kind of slowly reeling in Grutzmacher. It's going to be interesting to see what he does when he gets up to his bumper, because I know right now he's probably getting a little pull from the draft.
That fourth lane through the corners, you just get such a great drive off the corner, if you can make that work.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching this pack. It's Edward Warren, Jonathan Green, Jamie Howell, 8th, 9th, 10th. It's. I pause for a second because they're talking on track. Like, it's kind of fun watching these guys fan out sometimes in the corners.
And P1 and P2 are discussing dirty air right now over the radio, and that's pretty interesting to hear them talking in real time about it. You know, they've pulled out 6/10 ahead of P3 at this point.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised Ben's not getting a little better pull from the draft right now. But he may be saving just a little bit too. It's hard to say. You know, one of the interesting things I do on the draft tracks is I turn the wind up just a little bit in my headset, because sometimes you can actually hear when you're in the draft and not in the draft. So sometimes, you know, maybe that's just me, but sometimes it's good to know if you're getting a little bit of a pull from the guy in front of you from that sound.
Yeah. I do something similar. I turn the engine noise up so I can hear the engine retuning as it's pulling closer to the car in front of me in the draft, and you can definitely hear it change its tune. It looks like we got a pass for the lead going to be attempted here.
I love listening to these guys on track, Mike. Something, you know, we do when we have a broadcast where there's no announcers, but it's always humorous to hear their comments.
Well, you work so hard and you get side by side and you just know it's not going to work. So you just got to give up on it and fall back into line. You do not want the 48 to get any closer. If you can keep pulling away, getting away from them, that's real important right now.
Ooh, we got some squirreliness. There's a 23 down on the infield. Looked like Mark Holloway got a little loose. I just heard him say sorry on track, Mike. Now, what's interesting is maybe you could talk about fuel mileage a little bit more. Can Ben kind of tow behind him and lift a little and save a little tires, fuel, or is tire wear going to be the same no matter what?
I think that it'll kind of equalize eventually. The tires will just need to be changed out, and you know, if they can save, it'll speed up their pit stop if they got to come under green. So maybe there's some of that going on, and I'm kind of surprised Grutzmacher isn't letting Kuhn by for a couple of laps and just kind of staying behind and saving himself.
Yeah, just a point. Hunter Davis was the first car who did not pit. He restarted in first place, currently 3.8 seconds behind the leader. As we see Ben trying to make that move underneath again. I don't think it's going to work again. I think he's going to carry that momentum on the outside.
He's just working so hard to the inside of the track, and that outside line, he's just going to be able to motor right by and keep up with him, I think.
Yeah, Ben got a little loose there. It's going to give Grutzbacher a run on the outside. I just heard. Sorry, I'm pausing while they're talking. 88 car just called out, said they're pitting. This is the window, so they are coming in now. And we've got a big group of them coming in.
The 88 brought the 5 with them.
Yeah, what's interesting is I believe the couple of those cars, only three of them stayed out. So the rest of them are pitting with them. So those guys don't know if they took tires on the first stop, but they may be getting them now. And don't look now, but all this action up front. Ben got in front of Grutzmacher. Ben Kuhn got a little loose. Grutzmacher made the pass again, and now Max has caught up to them with all that action.
Max just got into the fence a little there.
Don't know if he was trying to paint his car white or trying to paint the wall a dark blue.
Be more coming down this time. I've seen the 56, the 14, and the 2 will be coming. 23.
Now these guys up front can almost run the lap 45, right? So obviously, if you're up front, you're kind of hoping there's a caution. These guys in the back want to kind of cycle through, right?
Yeah, I'd say so for sure. We do have to watch this, as they get pulled out further and further, you're going to have guys behind you on new tires that if they took them, and it's going to be interesting to see how if they can gang up on them with new tires as the old.
Yeah, we just saw Grootsmacher get a little loose there. Just maybe a light rear end wall tap.
They're really having fun up there. I'm so jealous.
And they've got this group right now, the top three have a 10-second lead on fourth place.
And they're racing hard too. It's pretty good.
Now the interesting thing is Ben Kuhn just pulled back out in front of Grootsmacher, and I just heard him come over track bike. Let's see if I can hold on to it this time. What's interesting is this battle right now is irrelevant, right? Because these guys are gonna have to pit before the stage, so you almost wonder if, maybe if you're Grootsmacher or Max, you save a little bit.
I would be saving as much as I could just to make my stop faster when I got there. And there's a lot of really good fast trucks that are a lap down right now. Hunter's the first truck a lap down in P9. So that's something to watch out for too. If we get a caution right now, do you take a wave or you stop and play the lucky dog game all night?
Grootsmacher just slipped in front of Ben Kuhn. Just a little arrow move.
Their fuel loads are getting a bit lower, so you'll see these getting looser and looser as this run goes on.
Now I'm asking you, because you're more of an expert, the fuel tanks are in the rear end here, correct? Kind of centered on the underneath the tailgate area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so fuel load cell, a little more weight on the rear end, empty, it gets a little light.
Yeah, it's just kind of like going down a road with salt in the back of your pickup truck in the wintertime, right? You take one of those bags out, it gets a little bit harder to get yourself moving and keep yourself moving.
Now, Ben Kuhn, the 40 car, did call out he was pitting. Just checking, they are lapping Hunter Davis? Or he's getting his lap back. Ooh, careful here. 48 just called out a pit. 88's undercutting. They're entering turn 3, so he's got plenty of time to duck down. And my guess is either Grootsmacher's going to come in with the 48 or maybe one lap later.
If that would have been me in the 48, I probably would have stayed out one more lap just so I wouldn't have had to lose that even a little bit of time. It looks like he's really hustling to the line there.
Puts Grootsmacher back in the lead. Lap 15, so he's going to be getting pretty close here to need to pit. Now, what's interesting is if, Ben took tires, he should be able to hold him off. If he didn't, Grootsmacher may carry this momentum and keep him a lap down.
Unfortunately, my dash doesn't work when I'm just kind of sitting here watching a race, so I'm unsure of who hasn't stopped yet and who has.
Yeah, I can pull that up here in a second. Oh, maybe not, because I reset, yeah.
Howell must not have stopped. Warren must not have stopped. I'd say. Okay.
So yeah, our producer just came on as we were trying to figure it out. All the way back to Jason Phillips, that group First to sixth have not pit yet.
And Max got on and off pit lane. He came out 7th place. He didn't lose a lap like some of the guys did. So that's just showing you that advantage of being 3-4 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack.
Yeah, and I'm just checking. I believe lap 45 would be as long as these guys can safely run. Stage is coming up at lap 55. We expect the top 6 to pit before then. Obviously, you can't save enough fuel here to make that happen. So anytime between now and lap 45, these guys should all come in the top 6. And 11 car just called in. 92, 11. So I'd expect a 3, 98, 38, and 8. Couple of teammates there on screen coming in.
Howell's last lap was a 41.314, so that gives you an idea. The leaders are running much more competitive times than that. 41.160. So you got to stop.
Yeah, and of course Grootsbacher just called out he is pitting this lap, but he's really got nothing to lose. He showed some pretty good speed here tonight.
He's 0.3 of a lap faster that last lap than P2 was on. So it's great to watch somebody work that can save tires and save fuel like this and just kind of race it up to the front.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he I always joke he's a short track specialist, but man, the guy does phenomenal job any type of racetrack you put him on.
98's going to come this time.
Yep, here comes Grootsbacher, 98 right behind him. 8 seconds behind him. I think it's going to clear out all these guys who haven't pit. I'm not sure about Sean Dion. We're going to find out here shortly. I'm assuming Sean Dion hasn't pit just because he's the leader. He may have been outside of that top 6 we called out earlier that hasn't pitted yet. So what's amazing is Dion, number 3, is going on lap 30. My fuel window said 28 laps, so he must have been doing some serious saving there early on.
Yeah, he's really going deep into this run.
And I do that a lot, just praying it. Here he comes into pit, just praying and hoping for a caution when you're out on the lead.
And he's coming this lap. His last lap was a 41.873. Leader on fresh tires. Oh, can't even look at that one. He was down pit lane that last lap, and it was still a pretty quick lap.
So the interesting thing is going to be, let's talk about Grootsbacher. Just pitted, obviously stage at 55, so 10, 15 laps on some of these guys' tires. My guess is they could come in for fuel only. They could stay out because we're going to have to stop in that last stage, which is 55 laps.
In the way this is looking right now, all the cars are stretched out all over the track. The cautions are going to be really few. I got a feeling going forward here. So it's going to be interesting, the pit cycles as they go under green when it really counts at the last stage.
Yeah, especially just looking at these, obviously these front 2 came in a little early. They've got a pretty good gap. Do you try to save and not, use a set of tires, or are you just going to burn it up and, guarantee those stage points?
Points matter so much. You always have to be looking in points racing a little bit, but At the same time, you got to finish these races, and to do that, you got to get on and off pit lane well, and just kind of be competitive while you're out there.
That's a great looking DNR logo. Teammate of mine, Hunter Davis, out front. Love that look. Couple of DNR guys in here. We have multiple teams racing tonight, so it's always good to see these teammates helping each other out. We communicate on Discord. They have their own private channel, and not only do we have Track Mike, but they have a private channel where they can communicate as well.
Did the 40 just say he didn't take tires?
That indeed he did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just part of the strategy with green flag required pit stops at stage 2, which is not normal in Premiere. It's kind of mixing things up a little bit. And right now, everybody's on the lead lap except for the 14 car who had that little early incident. So actually, 3 just got passed as well.
The 38 did not take tires there, he just said.
Okay, I'm glad you heard that, because I was confused as to what he said, because it blipped for me.
And he still ran a 42.35 with those old tires, which was 4/10 faster than Hunter, who's leading the race right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's shown pretty good speed all night. I don't mind that strategy by Grutzbacher because he stayed out there a little long. So it's either, if you got fresh tires, you're not going to take him at the stage. If you don't, you can get him at stage, and he's still in a pretty good position right now in 3rd place.
A lot of speed.
Now, I don't want to jinx these guys, but we did have a caution right before that first stage, so let's just keep our fingers crossed we can keep this green to lap 55.
I really want to see a green flag stop.
Man, just looking at the track map, maybe we can go back to like 10th or 11th place. I'm looking at Jonathan Geis, Edwin Warren, Brandon Hinton. These guys are in a gaggle back here, so even drop back 1 or 2. Yeah, let's just watch these guys for a couple laps, because I think this is where the action is.
Yeah, from P10 to P16, they are just all over each other.
Yeah, and Jonathan Green Fago car just moved on the inside of Edwin Warren. And unfortunately for this whole group, they are currently out of the points for stage break. Pretty good field tonight. But these guys are going to battle, and either way, they're going to battle.
I would try real hard to chase down Geist in P10 to see if I could pick up 1 point if I was somebody in this group.
Yeah, Hinton's the closest one. Brandon Hinton Motorsports, 5 car. Do not see his teammate tonight, 69 of Todd Perrant. Probably has something going on, but it's always good to watch these Hinton Motorsports. And here's a DNR show right now of the guy currently in 10th place. He gets 1 point. First place gets 10, all the way 10, 9, 8, 7, all the way down to 1. So he's currently holding on to that last point.
And Geist did get into the wall a little bit on the last lap. And
yeah,
see the pack is kind of drawing a little bit closer.
He's leaving some room. Yeah. And here we see Grutzbacher. You mentioned that speed earlier. He's blown past Max with those older tires, and Max doesn't have anything for him except a little bit of wiggles.
Yeah, he needs
a little more
after those wiggles.
Yeah. So, funny side note, while we're waiting for the stage, Max is a huge Anthony Alfredo fan, which is why he runs Dude Wipes. He went down to watch the race at Talladega, and he's in the airport, and there's Dude Wipe box on the floor. He snaps a picture of it, posts it on Instagram. Anthony Alfredo sees it and put it on his feed, so that was pretty funny.
It's fun when the drivers take the time to do things like that. It's pretty cool.
Lap 52, so we're going to be coming up here at the stage at 55.
Max and I were talking about that race earlier. Unfortunately, he passed the 44 car, the Alpha Prime car. So that's a bummer with the Pickle Gang guys all on that car, and
Yeah.
to drop out of the top 10 so late like that was a bummer.
Yeah, and another side note, one of our league racers, Tyler Tomasi, I believe he's the 39 car in our league, is racing here in our home track this coming weekend. So it's gonna, an ARCA West series, so it's going to be fun to go watch Tyler Tomasi race in the ARCA race. And don't look now. Look at.
There's a caution on the racetrack.
Yeah, that should be our stage break. That should be lap 55. Yeah, and Grusbacher, he just said on the radio, if I didn't slide, I would have got you for that extra point. All right. Pace car just went slide job past these guys. We're going to take a break and take a little nap.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more! Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait! Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time! When they just won't shut up. Nap Time is not legal in the following states.
Welcome back, race fans. We just saw our second stage break. We're going to go to lap 110 once these guys go green, and I'm going to let Paul take it away on the restart.
The pace car's pulling down the pit lane right now. And the leader is getting into the restart zone. Kreutzmeyer went kind of late there. I was surprised. I thought he'd go a little bit earlier in the zone. But he waited, and by doing that, everybody was able to just stick with him for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it kept it pretty tight up there. Boy, I don't know where Max is going.
That might have been a mistake. He should have just kept on doing what he was doing all night long.
Now, I do believe I heard him call out during our commercial timeout. He did take tires on that last pit, so he was 95%, so these other guys may have brand new tires.
95% is incredible tire wear. Here, that's you went a long way to have that.
And now we see him. I didn't watch the pit cycle, but I believe Hunter, Max probably have fresh tires, would be my guess.
I think if Max was going to get that pass done, he needed to do it on that restart, and he's just fallen. Clean air would have helped him out. Yep.
Caution. Check out the 23. Yeah, check out the 23 replay. Thomas Long, 23. I heard him say he got a little loose on the track mic. 3 wide. I do believe the 11. Yeah, there it is.
Not sure why he was going from the top of the track to the bottom there.
Little wall tap action ahead of time. Mark Holloway had nowhere to go. Oh, 8 Machine Jason Phillips also got collected in that as well. Some pretty decent damage on the 8 car.
Coming down the baking like that, you're kind of going from 18 degrees to, I think it's 5 down on that apron at the bottom. So it's real hard to hold on to that if you're tugging the wheel with unintentionally. Yeah,
so my guess 23, didn't see who that was on the inside. It clipped him. 8 cars, probably those guys are probably going to need to come down for repairs, and we'll take a, oh, and here comes the 48. So my guess was correct. He didn't take tires that last time, but
he's going to now.
We'll take a quick break and come back at the green. Take it away, Paul.
Yeah, sorry, we're joining back in after they took the green. It was a nice restart. Hunter took off, but I got a feeling Grootsmacher is going to be looking to take that lead back. He's jumping to the inside here, and it won't be long, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and as we see Ben Kuhn making a move on the outside, carrying that momentum. I believe Ben has a little bit fresher tires.
You'd have to throw nails and screws down on the bottom for me to go down there without good of an exit you can get off of 2 and 4.
Yeah, Ben's going to make a move here for the lead shortly, I believe. He definitely wants that high line for momentum. So despite that caution, we will still need another pit stop for all of these guys, regardless of who pit and who didn't.
And at that point, you got a decision to make. No tires, rights, 4. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Here we see Ben diving underneath.
I'm so surprised he gave up on the top. Got tight down on the bottom.
Yeah, with that seam down there on the bottom, man, that makes me nervous.
The 38's licking his chops now, man. He drafted right back up.
Yeah, if they're not careful, he's going to carry that momentum on the high side one of these times.
Haven't seen Honeycutt all night long either, and he's running 3rd right now.
Yeah, he restarted behind the leader there and holding his own right now.
Christian's really working Geist's rear bumper there. You can see him trying to get away, wiggling all over the place, but look at that run that he got.
Yeah, that bright green car just kind of stands out, doesn't it? And again, I do believe 32 car has a little bit fresher tires than the 38 at Grootsmacher. Whew.
But Grootsmacher's ability to save that we've been talking about all night, it's the 32 tires are just going to equalize and be at the same spot.
Yep.
For too long running that hard. Grootsmacher's back to 5th. I'm just really surprised he's falling like that.
Yeah, if I'm recounting the communications we heard over track, Mike, I believe he pit the last time before the stage that when he ran long, took his tires then and didn't take tires at that stage. And just breaking out my calculator, say lap 82 to 85 is the fuel window. So the guys on the oldest set of tires, I would expect, depending on how many sets they have, to come in sometime at that point.
And if people start short pitting, I think it's going to start just dragging everybody else down too. .32 and a 99, and the 2 just ran right up to the leaders there.
Yeah, and with Ben on the inside making that move, I wonder if that outside line is going to prevail.
I would not be leaving that top. And Geist in the fence.
Double tap. He's actually leaving room open for his teammate, the 99, to Christian Clark, to make a move on the inside.
That's so frustrating, racing your way up to the front, thinking, okay, I'm going to lead a lap here, get some points, and then all of a sudden you got 4 trucks out your windshield.
Yeah. Not what I planned on. Yeah, all kinds of wall painting going on that corner. Man, these guys are just, no one's able to pull away from anyone.
I just keep seeing the race logo at the top of my screen. I'm like, I'm 73 laps down, but I'd still have a good time.
Yeah, do not click that button.
Ooh, Honeycutt just went from the bottom to the top and got to the fence.
Yeah, and I'm watching the 48 car. I think he's got the freshest tires, but he was kind of holding back there for a while. I'm wondering if he's going to try to use his stuff up. Yeah. Ooh, almost got into the 45.
I just stacked up everybody behind him. The DNR trucks are now separated from themselves too, so it's going to see interesting how well they can run on their own.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to have a teammate in front or behind you, and sometimes it makes me nervous. Like, I don't want to screw up and wreck my teammate. Ooh, hang on to it, too.
In the fence again.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't run my other software package to know who has tires, who maybe has 2 sets. Probably nobody. It's probably all 1 set left for whoever has them.
You can't take them home with you. So I'd be bolting them on if I had them. It's such a huge advantage being out in front in that clean air. You can just see guys trying to pounce and get by, you know, but Kuhn's just pulling away in that clean air.
Yeah, this top 6 is pulling away just a little bit.
2 is so loose.
Yeah, my guess is, just listen to these guys talk while I'm trying to talk, he may have an older set of tires on from the rest of the group up front.
It's just so hard to generate a run.
Now, the one thing I haven't seen tonight is anyone give a push. I don't know if there's like a arrow bubble. Ooh, I think it's a 45 Tyler Waltz gets a little squirrely on the inside. I don't know. Can you push here, Paul? Is that something that can, like I see the 48 getting on the 45 as well. Can he push him?
You can, but I find that in the truck, if you have a little bit of separation, you're actually going to be doing a little bit better than, you know, making contact and pushing somebody forward with the draft. So you can use that bubble just to kind of push somebody along.
Yeah, Grusmacher, I believe he won both stages or was first and second. Can't remember. Currently back in seventh, but I do believe he has a little bit older tires than the rest of the field. So it's going to be fun to see what happens when he gets a fresh set of shoes on.
And he's only 6/10ths back. It's not like he's super far. That's a good couple of corners and you get caught up. Ooh, Max pulled that wheel down.
Yeah, he moved with the new wheel.
That's what you have to do, though, is just kind of get your whole handful of wheel, tug the thing down, and see what happens. And it worked. I mean, he's going to slip up in front of the 88 there.
Oh man, these guys are getting crazy close.
Coming to 30 to go. So that window will be opening up here the next couple of laps.
Yeah, it's getting ready to be open here pretty quick. All I can hear in my feed from iRacing is an occasional tire slide, and I keep looking to see if anyone's wrecking. But every once in a while I hear a tire slide.
I was moving cameras around and I put it on most exciting. It showed the lead pack. I put it on focus on crashes. It stayed on the lead pack. They're just all over each other.
Yeah, no, this is where the action is right now. I mean, there's a pretty good gap back to 11th place. So this front pack is where the action is.
Max just blinked out. He's gone.
He's totally gone.
Oh, he's back. There we go.
What the heck? And it somehow shot him up to the lead.
Yeah, that lag might have given him a help. Who knows?
Oh, 40's a little loose. Oh, they're getting into each other.
We're wrecking down
2, 45. 2 and 45.
I think this will stay green since they wrecked down the pit lane. Yeah, it's going to.
They just crashed on the pit lane.
They're driving to the boxes now. That's so frustrating. And the 40 will be pitting this time. Looked like the 88 got really loose. I'm surprised he didn't come with him. 11 car will be pitting.
Yeah, so we paused for you guys for a little bit because we had 2 cars spin down pit road. We're just trying to do race control, make sure we didn't need a caution, make sure we cleared black flags.
Everybody's coming.
And they are definitely in the fuel window. Let's see who has tires.
Oh, I think everybody's gonna be coming here. And the 38 stayed out. So he's gonna be out there all by himself for a lap. I think that was a mistake. I think you come with everybody else. I mean, unless you can pull a huge lead there, but he was behind this pack that's all stopped together. Unless he was counting on a caution, you know, somebody wrecking going into the pit lane or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Kuhn's already stopped in the 40.
Yeah, I did hear him call out. He's coming in.
That was a big mistake, not coming with the group. And Kuhn was drafted with him. I would have left him on his own. I'm really impressed with this group tonight, being able to get to the pit lane without, you know, stacking up or doing anything weird. It's been good.
Third place, Sean Dion is a little... Oh, he's pitting. Never mind. That's why he was yellow.
But I've heard it said before, you know, the 11 truck is still out on the racetrack, guys. Anything could happen.
Oh. So I believe Thomas Long is our leader. He's running it long. Long is running it long, hoping for a caution. And I don't blame him. I would run every lap I could if I was in his position.
Oh, I would too.
Top 2 have not pitted yet. That would mean Max potentially can cycle back to the lead with Ben Kuhn right on his bumper.
And we were talking about getting on and off pit lane and, you know, tires and all that. Max is about 2 seconds ahead right now.
Yeah, Ben, even though with that little light wall tap we just saw, it's not letting Max run away with it.
Grutzmacher, you know, he stayed out that extra lap. I really think that was a mistake, unless he can drag these 2 back. I love when I'm wrong about stuff like that.
Yeah, don't look now. Look who caught up as a group.
As soon as the 48 and the 40 got side by side, it just let him drag himself right back up there. Max looked like he's got a little wiggle. .38's on the 40s quarter panel, just dragging him back to him. This is good, but there's gonna be a lapper on the bottom, making it to the pit lane.
Oh, pretty tight.
And the 88's back in the picture too, so we got a 4-truck race again. They're running pace laps basically.
They are
180 miles an hour.
And the question I have is, if you're any of these top 4, I'm assuming they're all out of tires. Does anyone save hoping for a caution, or is everyone just going to go full throttle?
I think you got to go at this point. Got 19 laps to go. I usually like to wait, you know, anywhere from 12 to 15 to really go, but you'll start to see the intensity pick up here lap after lap.
Because I don't know, if I'm Brandon Hinton back in 5th, he's got a 5-second lead behind him. Maybe if I'm Brandon Hinton, I'm going to save a little bit just in case there's a caution. I got a little bit fresher tires, but I don't know. Sometimes it just never happens.
Yeah, but Geist has been fast all night long, so that 5 seconds can get erased real quick. And you know, Hinton's all alone out there. So, you know, from 6th on back, they're all in a group right back to 11th place with 5 trucks all together. At what point do you start working together, you know, to get yourself caught up?
Well, I don't have any favorites in the race. Obviously, I'm going to root for my teammates, but Grootsbacher's been dominant all night. Will not be shocked if we kind of finish 1 through 5th, kind of in this position. Obviously, they can change a spot or two, but it's kind of my call right now is these top 4 somehow finish in the top 4.
Yeah,
rocket sides, right?
They're getting a little racy.
Yeah.
You know, that second group is getting a little bit racy together. They just caught a car off a pit lane and all had to kind of wiggle around him. And we still have 12 trucks on the lead lap as well. And, you know, this isn't a track where you get lapped very often.
Yeah, just to talk about our standings a little bit, Grootsbacher's currently in the lead in standings. Hinton's in 2nd, Phillips, Davis, Kuhn, Smith, Dinda, Clark, Curtis, and Perrant, who's not in the race. So Tyler Smith is not in the race tonight as well. So this front 4 is looking to make a move on the points standings one way or another.
Kuhn's not letting them get away. I like where Hunter and Max are right now. They're just off the pack. Let those guys race each other hard and try to save your stuff a little bit.
Save just a little bit, and we're coming up on lap traffic, so maybe you can make a move then.
And Howell does not want to go another lap down, so he's trying to help Dion get away a little bit.
Yeah, currently 12 cars on the lead lap, and Dion is currently the last car on the lead lap. Ooh, Ben gets a little loose. Here we come up on that lap traffic, but I know Jamie's a very respectful driver. He will stay out of the way as much as he can.
Yeah, he's my teammate in a couple of different leagues, and he tries to race everybody clean. He does have a little bit of a mean streak sometimes, but for the most part, I'll let you by.
No, Jamie's one of the guys, when I'm around him, I'm not nervous. Jamie races very clean, and he cleanly moves up out of the way. Now, Dion is currently up in front of these guys. He may race a little bit harder, but still, to be the first car 1 lap down is not really going to kill you at this point, as we see Davis get in the wall. Max trying to make a move underneath a 40 car. I don't know if he was saving a little bit. He's going to run that yellow line. Oh, they are getting squirrely sideways. This is crazy.
Yeah. though we're coming to lap 100. This is what we were talking about. You know, it's going to start getting more and more intense every lap.
And they are
wide for
right
the
on
lead,
top of
why
each other.
not? Let's make it 4 wide. What? Oh, Hunter, I was thinking was going to go down into the below Kuhn there. That'd have been fun.
Hunter has really good patience. Mr. Swiss Army Knife himself will lift before he'll wreck. And yes, Mr. Grutzbacher, you do have broadcast tonight, so when you watch the replay, you can hear us yapping about what you guys are doing on track right now. And the Kuhn Dinda fight is going to be pretty exciting, I think, for the next couple of laps.
Yeah, I like being up top right there. You see how tight.
He got loose and just
tight, loose. He was all over the place there.
Just killed Grutzbacher's momentum. I know Grutzbacher's got enough to recover, but still.
Got 9 laps to get it done. See that move that Max just made to the bottom? That was just scrubbing speed. You know, I don't think I would have. I would have let the 88 just stay in my draft there.
Well, Ben, unfortunately for Dylan, he lost the most out of that little bit of sidewaysness, but Hunter's not going away anytime soon.
No. Yeah, that 3rd and 4th groove is where it's at. You can, from the 3rd one, you can pinch somebody a little bit if they get down in the first 2 lanes, but if the 4th one, you can run somebody pretty competitive that's below you.
Now I'm a little nervous because we did see Ben get a little sideways just a second ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him underneath me there if I was Hunter or Max.
No, because it's just...
And Hunter just went into the fence.
Just put him up into the wall. Now that's going to allow Grutzbacher back in.
Yep. And like we just said, tight, loose, tight, light. You know, he doesn't know what to expect going into the corner.
Yep.
That lack of security is just not very much fun right now. And it just happened to Dylan there too. Got a little bit loose. And these trucks are so tough. I mean, all 4 of these have been in a wall, and look at them go.
Yeah, they are a little more robust than some of the other series. Oh, Ben just slid right up in front of Grutzbacher. He's going to dive bomb him underneath.
Max's last lap was a 49.13, so, I mean, let those guys fight it out behind him and just look out the window and go.
Ben is having all kinds of issues right now with his tires. Not sure, but I'm guessing he's got a few extra laps on his set. And this is it's playing right into Max's hands. I mean, we're going to be 5 to go here shortly. Those guys getting all sideways. Grutzbacher still has enough left in the tank, I think, to make a run.
I think so, too. It's just one sloppy corner, and he's going to be there.
And I will not discount my teammate, Hunter Davis, because he's a king of save. If anybody's got a little extra left, it'd be that 88 machine.
Like Max got a little loose there on the white line when he tried coming back up on the track. And that just let Dylan just pull right up.
Yeah, both of them. I mean, to be sure, I think both of these guys said, oh, Dylan just got a little loose right in front of Hunter.
Max just needs to stop looking in the mirror, just look out the windshield and deal with what's ahead of him. Because now he's all squirrely off the corner. Yep.
Took it a little too deep.
But he might be able to save it on the top here. Let's see what happens when they get to the corner. Hunter's going to stick it in there 3 wide.
Nope, the man of the night, Dylan Grutzmacher. Man, this is kind of where it was, I don't know, 15, 20 laps ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if these guys finish 1 through 5. And here we are, 1 through 5. We're just mixed up a little bit, but
Yeah, we lost Kuhn in this battle. He kind of used his stuff up, but he's still 5 seconds ahead. He might be okay on Hinton running 5th. We really got spread out under green tonight.
yeah, it helps with the yellow flags. And here we see Hunter going to try to dive bomb Max here in this corner.
Try to cross him over right away. Max pulled the wheel down again like he did right after that restart and went right to the bottom. Nice run off the corner.
I don't think he has enough for Dylan, but lap and a half to go. We'll find out.
I really like that move that he pulled off the, at the other end of the track in 1 and 2. I kind of wish he would have tried to pull the wheel down again in 3 and 4 and get alongside of Dylan. I think he could have done it. All right, 1 to go.
Nose to tail. 1 lap to go.
Yeah, he's there. He's got to do it at the other end again, just like that. But what does Hunter do? Does he try to get there first?
I think so. Maybe not. He's taking high line. High air line.
Max got a little touch loose there, right in the center of the corner. That was a nice 1, 2, 3 there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good finish. Grutzmacher, Dinda, Davis, Kuhn, Hinton, top 5. We're going to get these guys in a booth for a minute. Paul, your first broadcast. Great race. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's some fun tonight. I wish we had more groups closer together, or so we could have jumped around a little bit more. But that lead pack really put on a great show. That was fun.
Yeah, so Dylan's gonna not only maintain his point lead, but probably expand upon it a little bit with the win and really good stage finishes. So we're gonna let Damon try to drag these guys up in the booth so we can start talking to him. He should be, unless his stuff crashed.
Hunter, thanks for joining us. You ended up P3 there tonight. What'd you think of that race?
It was a lot of fun, and it's Michigan's one of those tracks where it's multi-groove racing. You can find speed everywhere, just how you do it. So a lot of fun out there. Congrats to Grutzmacher and Max on the podiums and the wins. Yeah.
Did you feel like you could get a run tonight, or did you just kind of feel like once you got there, the door slammed?
It didn't die. I mean, I was doing pretty good, and then Ben had kind of washed up, and I had nowhere to go but into the wall, which made it a little difficult to hold that momentum, and then I kind of had to get it back. But at the end of that run, man, tires were pretty shot, especially amongst us top 4 drivers or so. We were all battling pretty hard there for the last 15, 20.
Yeah, you were able to lose Kuhn there and, kind of battle it out between the 3 of you. But before that, he was diving to the bottom quite a bit, and he almost made it work a couple of times. We even heard him say it on the radio, and he got into the fence a few times. I think you got it too. It feels like Michigan sometimes it just wants to drag you into the fall, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on the entry. Like the Michigan's very entry based, so if you overdrive entry, you're automatically gonna push out to the wall. If you kind of back up entry a little bit and delay your rotation in the center, then you can exit on the bottom. So it really depends on what kind of line you're running and when you want to get a run and using that to your advantage. If you want to get a run on the straightaway or if you would rather try to get a run on corner and then side draft on exit.
We saw Max a few times, just kind of get a whole handful of wheel and drag it from the center of the track in the corner to the bottom and gain a bunch of momentum. Wasn't really sure if that was going to work. It just seemed like he could get there and just lost all the momentum as they started coming up off the corner. It just seemed like the draft really mattered tonight a lot. And then all of a sudden it would not. It would just stop for some reason.
It did, but it didn't. The draft was super important in those smaller groups, right? Like your 3, 4, 5 car size groups. But as you notice, like a lot of cars will kind of start spreading out and creating their own little draft packs. So it all depended kind of like which pack you were in. And like I said, just timing the runs and when you want to get them. Me and Ben were battling there for probably like 20 laps, to where I was just kind of maintaining the top lane or the middle lane. And that was kind of my preferred, if he runs the bottom, I can force him to stay on the bottom. He's going to have to let up or either run me into the wall. If he wants to try to go to the outside, I'm going to go to the bottom. I'm going to wash up in front and force him back to the bottom. So it depends on, like I said, where you want to get those runs, how you want to use them. But all in all, man, it was an awesome race tonight.
It was fun. And what did you think of the restarts tonight? We had Dylan took off a couple of times where it seemed like he was a second or more ahead of the pack. And what's going through your head as you're going through the restart zone there? Like, is he going to go early? Is he going to go late? And I think he ended up going late one time, and the field was able to stay with him on that restart.
Not necessarily more about the restart. It's more about like you kind of want to get yourself to where you're single file. If you have guys that are side by side, you want to use a little bit of tire there to create that separation. So, if I'm in second place following whoever's leading, I want to try to secure that if I have a guy on my inside, because that's just going to create side draft and allow the guy in first to pull away, which is what we kind of saw there during the first stage. We were racing really hard for second, third, fourth, fifth, which allowed the leader to create that separation because we're all side drafting each other and he's got no one to worry about.
Yeah, we did see a few times Dylan got up on somebody's quarter and just kind of pulled them back a little bit, and it does work that way speed wise here. So Hunter, congrats on that third place finish. That was a great race tonight.
Hey, thanks guys, appreciate y'all putting on this broadcast. Once again, congrats to Dylan and Max.
Max, you put together a P2 tonight with that new wheel. How did it feel?
Yeah, it was tiring. My hands hurt because I have the wheel mount set up so it's like pointed down, so it bends my wrist in a weird way. But other than that, I liked it. It was different. I was getting used to it, but I can definitely feel a lot more than on my old wheel. So
we could see a few times when you were, getting alongside of Dylan at one point. I think Ben at one time too. You really pulled the wheel down from kind of the middle groove to the bottom. It almost made it work. Did you think it was going to work, or did you just kind of feel like the door just kind of got slammed on you, and you just couldn't make the pass?
Yeah, I knew the top probably wasn't going to work with the way the track temp was, because it was really cold track temp. So tire wear wasn't as big as it would be. If it was a warmer track temp, the lanes would have merged to the top, but it just wasn't like that. I did a league race here, it was like 2 weeks ago. They only had one set of tires for 80 laps, so I saved them really well. I just didn't push hard enough, which is kind of weird saying. But yeah, it's all about knowing when to save and when to push. And in stage 2, you saw me just letting Dylan and Ben just battle it out, just watching them, just saving it. And when I felt the time was right, I just pulled around him, set sail. So I felt like I may have done that a little bit too early. Wish I would have waited maybe like a lap or two and then start pushing. But it was all about that tire save and then push at the right time.
Right. We were kind of watching and kind of thinking that if you could have just got there and pulled that move one more time, you never know what happens off of turn 4. It might have stuck. And it was really kind of fun to watch all that go on. What did you think of the restarts tonight? It seemed like Dylan had everybody beat on the first 2. He kind of went early and he was gone. And then I think the third restart, he was up front. He kind of went early in the box, and everybody was able to stay with them. Were you able to time that a little bit better on that third one?
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about timing it on the restarts when it's like a final one, because I was always just if they wanna push their stuff up, right, I'll see you in 10 laps and pass you. So I was letting people buy at the start. Only one thing I could have done, which is a move that I figured out last time we raced here. I'm not gonna disclose any detailed information, but if you're restarting fifth or third, you'll get the lead out of turn 2. So I was thinking about doing it, but I just didn't want to be too risky with it. So I didn't want to wreck anybody. Just keep it clean. So.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, thanks again. Great job on the P2 tonight, and rest those hands up. But going into the bigger wheels, some like times you got to get used to the force feedback a little bit.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Dylan, congratulations on that P1 tonight. How did the truck feel? It seemed like you were able to pull up, in the draft a little bit better than everybody else tonight.
I was pretty confident in this set. I like this track a lot, so that's part of it, and having trust in the tires. And temps weren't too bad here, so it was actually like a perfect combo.
At one point, after one of the stops, did you not take tires on one of the stops? We were trying to figure out.
Yeah, the second green flag, or the green flag before the second stage, I didn't take. No, the second stage, I didn't take tires. I just did fuel.
Yeah, and you were able to stay right up there. I think the furthest you went back at that point was like P3.
So I hit P9 and then worked my way back up.
Right. So did you think that maybe that was something you could try again at the end and make it work, if everybody else was on newer stuff? Or
No, my strategy there was just get that second set or that final set back in the event we had a late race caution.
Got it. And I guess the last question I had, I asked both Max and Hunter your restarts tonight. The first two, you were just absolutely gone, and you got into the clean air when everybody was fighting. And then the third one, it seemed you went a little bit early in the box, and everybody kind of stayed with you. How did you get that far out on your own? We were just we just couldn't figure it out.
The first two, I just timed it good. That third one, I was on old tires, so I slipped them a little bit. So that's why everyone was able to stay with me as good as they did.
Okay, yeah, we were trying to figure that one out, and we were like, well, we couldn't figure out if it was just early in the box. We didn't even think about tires. But again, congratulations on that P1, man. I think you probably extended the lead a little bit on that one too. So good run.
I believe I did. Appreciate it.
Well, Paul, thank you for taking care of all those interviews and for joining us for your first broadcast. We're going to close it out, and I'm going to let you close it out, buddy.
All right. Yeah. Thanks again, Jeff and Damon, for letting me do this tonight. It was really a good time, and hopefully I get to do it again soon.